Hello, hello. Welcome back. We're back for some more Torment Tides of Numenera. We just were on a spaceship, and we got some people to go home finally after 10,000 years or whatever it was. Very odd, this universe we find ourselves in, where there are just opportunities like this to... I mean, we're not even in the same solar system. This is a completely different system and probably a different part of the universe or galaxy. Who knows? Very interesting. Anyways, back to the living beast that we came from. Now, this is related to the main storyline. I forgot that that's the thing the guy wanted. So initially, we said we weren't going to go into the other Maw because we didn't want to advance the main storyline, and then we ended up doing the opposite. Anyway, I think we can safely go where no one has gone before, which is into the other Maw. I don't know if there's anything around here I needed to, like, do yet. I don't think so. Maybe I need to rest? Maybe that's a good idea? Yeah, we should probably rest. I think resting is a great idea. Oh, we can talk to these guys real quick. Oh, your buddies aren't here anymore.
These ciphers are killing me.
The Lascar smiles broadly when she sees you. Met my people as they migrated home. Remain behind to thank. You are a saver of all Lascars. Is useful, old but reliable, all I have to offer in thanks. She smiles and places in your hand.
Updated my journal.
Thanks. What's this? Changing tool. 3 uses. 150% on quick fingers and smashing. Smashing. Perfect. Give this to you, because those are both speed and might, and that is the thing that you do well.
Ready.
Yeah, you don't have any speed left. You definitely need to rest. Hi. May I sleep here? Here you go.
That's better.
Perfect.
Let's go.
We'll go drink our water from the Maw, and then we will do all our other buffs.
On it.
Oh, I did do a little Googling, and apparently this is bugged in such a way that it is possible for you to try to fix it. Let's buff first, and then I'll explain. So, do this.
There we go.
Doing this.
That's the stuff.
Doing one of these on perception.
Fine, I'm
You were
ready.
doing this on deception.
Good, I'm ready.
And then we're going in here. So apparently this is related to pathing. Apparently, if someone is standing in the way... Uh-oh. Oh, he's dead. I was about to say, apparently if someone's standing in the way, he can't path to where he needs to go. What happened here? Oh no. he got murdered while we were gone.
Of course.
That's not good.
All right.
Well then, I guess we're not completing this quest. What the hell, bro?
Making a note.
Inkpot is writing furiously on a scrap of paper. He glances up, eyes shining even more feverishly than before. The measurer, Ayaksu, is dead. I gathered many of my brothers and sisters together, and we assailed his house. That monstrous automaton couldn't kill us all, not before we slew its master. You didn't have to do that. Too long. It was taking too long. Our god was in pain. We had to act. Okay, so we took too long to complete the bugged quest. You know what? That's fine. It's unfortunate, but whatever. I'm over it already. Just, you know, years of research completely wasted. Oh, hold on. Let's, can we sell some stuff? I think we have stuff to sell, right? Can sell this. I think that's the only thing we have to sell. No, this one says use item, but I don't think we used it. Okay.
I'm going.
In we go.
Fine.
Oh, can I take his rum now?
Let's go.
No. That's fine. Alright, in we go. And then we go to here.
Of course.
They're not following me. It's fine. Yeah, so this is the crystals place. The place with the crystals. The things we need. You emerge from the portal into an alien world. The air is thin and bitterly cold. The sun is a tiny white globe in the sky, casting dim light over a landscape of crystalline beauty. You see no sign of organic life, only glittering crystals in every direction. Quite a view, nicer than the bloom at least. True. Okay.
Consider it done.
Doran. Can we get down from here? Unreachable.
I'm ready.
Explorers. Hey, Doran. This tall, weathered man nods to you. He holds himself stiffly, as if something will crack off if he moves too quickly. He glances at your tattoo and smiles. Hello, Castoff. I am Doran, prophet of the changing god. It's been a while since we've seen anyone come through here. What's your business in the Ascension? I'm looking for a circlet of dark, hyaline material known as the magmatic amulet. Have you seen anything like it? He raises his eyebrows. Now that is interesting business. Sadly, I cannot help you. We have seen nothing but pretty lights. To be honest, I think that all there is to this place. So what does it mean that you're a prophet? A title only. The cultists of the Changing God believe I have a special connection because I have found some well-hidden secrets of your father's ones. Between you and me, I just got lucky. You know, what kind of secrets? Nothing that would interest you, an old workshop of his with some trinkets. I didn't understand any of it, but the cultists were ecstatic. They drafted me as a prophet and confiscated everything. Well, everything I didn't sell first. Fair compensation for my efforts, you know? You related to the cult in Sega's Cliffs? We are cultists of the Changing God, yes, though I'm afraid we have little to do with our colleagues in Sega's Cliffs. There is not a lot of oversight between our churches. What are you doing here? Seeking. We have it on good, though possibly outdated, authority that this place holds more of your father's secrets. We found nothing yet, however. Until we do, we are enjoying the sights and the silence, the crystals and the lights. Our pursuits have taken us to less pleasant places. What can you tell me about this place? Very little. There are crystals. There are lights. There is no one to talk to and little of value to find. It's a lovely world, but I fear we may be wasting our time. Sure you can't tell me anything more? There's little to tell.
One moment, and it's done.
Asclarian. This tall, lithe man has an unkempt shock of bright red hair. His skin is ashen, as if colored by the dust of old tomes. It's been a long time since he's seen a real sun. His smile is thin and twitching, and a demented light burns in his eyes. Another cast-off, another echo. Who are you? Ask Clarion. I act. What? The prophet Dorn hears, and I, depending on what he hears, I act. So you do what he says. No, I act on his words. Sounds often a lot like taking orders to me. It would to you. You don't know what we are. We do not tumble about the world like you do, inflicting little damages or claiming to be more than we are. We listen, we decide, then we act, but no one tells us to do so. Why do you call me an echo? The strong are those who act. They change the world, break the sky with their thunder. And then there is the echo, a weak imitation of the source's fury, claiming to be more important than it is. Cast-offs are echoes of him and deserve none of his glory. I changed my mind. I couldn't be less interested in what you think. You know, yeah, there are many. Even if you think you're weaker than our father, don't we have a large effect on the world? Yes, certainly. An echo has a power of its own. It can shake mountainsides, create avalanches that bury villages. It doesn't make the echo clever. An echo simply gets where it is sent. You think all cast are echoes? What are you then? A man like him, a man of action. Let's see. You telling me anything about this place? I can, but I won't. Because you're an asshole. Okay. I'm looking for a thing. I don't trust these people.
I'm there.
You know, Doran seems fine. What's this?
Fine.
This massive crystalline structure looks like a shrine of some sort. Colored lights float about inside each one like a tiny galaxy trapped within the crystal. As you approach, the crystal begins to hum. The resonations shake your skull. The humming shifts and increases until you hear a voice. Revel. Greetings, Pattern One. I am the speaker. Welcome to the ascension of Kex-Leonish. I am sorry, but the Oracle no longer exists. Revelation. The Oracle was immortal. Time was the weapon that killed her. I regret that without the Oracle, I have very few answers for you, but I will do what I can. Why'd you call me the Pattern One? Patterns are what we do, Pattern One. Life is a pattern, and your life more than most. Your thoughts hold a certain shape, a shape I've seen before. A man came here long ago. He did some work here, I believe, or maybe came to hide something or find something. He never revealed to me his true purpose. Do you know where he might be? I apologize, but I do not. Investigation was not my specialization, only speaking. Revelation. The speaker can speak to all sentience, even those that did not exist at the time of its creation. What? You said revelation in a different voice. What does that mean? You are mistaken. Speakers are not authorized to grant revelations without the Oracle's permission, and the Oracle's no more. Revelation. The speaker cannot hear itself give revelations. I wish that I did have some revelations for you, Pattern One. Alas, that time has gone past. Do you know anything about the other humans here? I do not. Nor do they know anything about me. I will not speak to them. Why not? I do not trust them. They don't taste right. I cannot explain it.
I'm ready to pick my path.
Revelation. The speaker tastes a strange pattern to one of the humans. Two patterns of thought where there should be one. What does it mean that you're the speaker? My full title is once the speaker for the Oracle of Kex-Leonish. I heard questions from pilgrims, relayed them to the Oracle, and then conveyed the Oracle's answer via revelation. I gave wisdom to this entire world. Now I speak for no one, and I have a few answers to give. Revelation. When the speaker dreams, it dreams of weeping. Sometimes the tears are made of light, others tiny black gems. What was the Oracle? You're standing on it, or rather what remains of it. The Kex-Leonish built the Oracle to answer the most difficult questions of existence. The answer is 42, by the way. Then the Leonish left. The Oracle remained for 100,000 years or so before it broke down, I suppose. All that's left of the Oracle are the Phobits. Revelation. The Phobits were not always sentient. Cogitation. Would they have become so if the Oracle had not chosen disintegration? What are Phobits? We are the Phobits, the sparkling lights you see inside some of the crystals. If the Oracle was a brain, then we were its neurons. Each one of us had our own job, our own specialization. We can't speak to the others, of course. That is to say, they're perfectly intelligent, but they are entirely unaware of you. The only reason you and I can speak is because of my role as speaker. The others weren't made for communication or perception. Revelation. Common phobits were used to store activation states and simple information. Some may still react to basic physical stimuli. What happened? Well, that's it. If the other phobits are sentient, then could you speak to them for me, or at least make them aware of my presence?
I'm ready to pick my path.
Of course, but they know nothing. I don't see what interpreting would, No, there is a way that can help. Several phobits in the area were in charge of transmission tracks, communication pathways connecting the Oracle's smaller subsystems. When the Oracle passed, those pathways became obsolete, and their phobits quiescent. Those tracks could serve as bridges to help you explore the area. Revelation. Like humans, the Leonish also required physical structures for traversal. Only a few phobits specialized in areas requiring this knowledge. The speaker is not among them. Try to interact with the phobits. When you do, I'll ask them to activate or deactivate. They may not at all be as helpful as we'd like, but I think you'll figure some way to get around. What happened to the peoples? I do not know. They left one day, abandoning the Ascension entirely. Perhaps they ascended to a higher form of life. In any case, they did not need the Oracle anymore. Okay, can you read my thoughts? No, but I can taste them. Among other things, that's how I know to speak in your language. So interact with the fireflies, and they will open up bridges and such. I thought that was a bridge down. Apparently it was not. Okay, so I thought I would be interacting with this, and I am not. Oh, here's one though.
Done.
We didn't look up here yet, but that seems important because it's a big piece of the map.
All right.
Okay, I built the bridge down for us.
Yes. Now.
Okay. Assuming this does this. This crystalline structure is distinct from all the others. It looks older, more fundamental, but by no means basic. It's one of the more complex structures you've seen in this place. Large portions of it emit a low rumbling hum that you can feel in your chest. Blurry lights flit across the surface of its larger gems. Are you a phobit? Can you speak? The crystals release another single pulse, jolting your body. You get the strong impression that the pulse means yes. This phobit is not like any other you've seen. It may not have the communicative qualities of the speaker, but is trying to talk to you nonetheless. What is your function? The glow dims slightly, and the blurry lights on this gem surfaces disappear. You realize they weren't lights at all, but images the phobit was trying to show you. When they reappear, they show a flat crystalline plane, then one by one shards emerge. They bud and sprout in the shape of other phobits. As you watch, they continue growing, creating ridges, walkways, stairs. In one corner, you see the speaker flow out of the crystals. In a matter of seconds, this entire region of the Ascension has taken shape in the image before you. This phobit built it all. I'm looking for a thing. The large crystal pulses once. An image appears of a human figure walking through the Ascension into a cave. The details are too fuzzy to make out who it is, but presumably he has the amulet. After a while, he leaves the cave. The images move quickly then, crystals growing and shrinking as time passes. Suddenly, the entire image shakes, and the cave entrance is gone. When the cave entrance closes, it doesn't look like a simple collapse. Crystals grow up from the ground as if they're intentionally blocking the way inside. You close the cave? Can you open it again? Yes.
I'm ready to pick my path.
Why did you close it? Multi-legged clawed creature. Nice. Where did that happen? Here? Yeah. Okay, well, maybe that means we're safe to go up here now and investigate up here. Also don't know what that does. Maybe that just closes this bridge.
I'm ready.
Big odd cube thing.
Yes.
Consider it done.
All right, what's the cube? Even as it floats weightless in the air, the megalith bespeaks adamantine heft, perhaps because of its contrast with the surrounding crystals. The stone bleeds need, even hunger, and a telepathic whisper rasps the thought, product in your mind. Study it. Although from a distance it seems to be a single stone, up close you can see that it is covered in many small scales, each inscribed with a different pattern, whorls and loops and arches as distinct as those of fingernails. Whether it's a mechanical construct or a living being or something else entirely is unclear. Pull off a scale. That seems like a terrible idea. What do you want? Give I only, return happy bubbles. What do you want? Yoink. 100% chance to succeed. Digging your fingertips deep under the scale, you rip and tug with all your strength. At last, the scale snaps off, revealing a tube-like fistula leading into the megalith's interior. As a small object rolls out of the tube, your mind explodes with the megalith's outrage. No, bad hatchling, no bubbles. Then its thoughts fall silent. Okay, maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe that's a bad... I just saved when I meant to load. Alright, well. We stick with our choices. These things happen sometimes. Okay. Can't get down there. I'm assuming this opens that other bridge. Oh, you leveled up.
What?
Excellent. More edge for speed.
Fine.
Yep. Boom, please don't slurp like that. No slurping, please.
Ready.
Okay, this is a big nothing thing. Can't interact with this one for whatever reason.
I'm ready.
We get up there to collect that.
All right.
What do these two do? Oh, this is just a thing. A money thing.
All right.
Let's build a ladder here. It does.
You want it done right.
Alright, now to go potentially fight a big multi-legged monster.
Yes.
Into the crystal caves. Pretty big place, but imagine dying here. Okay, weird thought.
Fine.
Can't get there.
All right.
Crack in the ground. What's this? Some more loot.
Fine.
Done.
What a very strange place. Please stop making that noise.
All right.
Can't get there. Saved.
What now?
You can't warp dash when you're not in combat. I don't like that they have abilities that are combat only. I don't like most games that do that. Like when you can't heal outside of combat, but you can heal in combat. Those types of games.
Fine.
Okay. Is that the thing
All right.
that we're trying to duplicate? Trapped in the central crystal. Look at this first. The stasis pod is dull and lifeless. There's no visible way to activate it. Nice. I would look at that first. All the cables in the room connect to this bulky machine and its twin. They generate a low rumble that you can feel in your feet. As you approach, a screen lights up. A strange maze-like rune flashes angrily in the center of the screen. 3 other glyphs revolve slowly around it in an elliptical orbit, a bolt of lightning, a set of parallel lines, and a circle. Smash! I don't understand. Is there hints anywhere in the room on what to do?
Of course.
It's saying as if I can interact with this through there. I, in fact, cannot. Where are they going? Where are they going? They were gonna, like, path somewhere strangely.
Yes.
Okay. There's not a option to, like, I don't know, figure it out. A picture appears. It looks like a technical schematic of the device behind you. At the center of the room, the source of the low hum. Vertical lines appear next to the schematic, but you can't read them. Alright, let's try to decipher it anyway. Although you can't read the runes, the gist of the message becomes clear. It's a warning about the device with the 2 crystals at the center of the chamber. The device has deteriorated to an unstable state, and any fluctuation in power is likely to result in an interruption in function. The runes do not say what will happen if the device ceases to function, or if they do, you cannot decipher it. Okay, lightning. The rune and glyphs disappear, replaced with an image depicting the bank of large 3 crystals to your right. Symbols flow into the image, showing that the device is currently receiving power from the machine before you. A circular symbol glows next to the image. Each time one of the symbols enters the image of the crystals, the circular symbol pulses brightly. Pressing it would likely cut the flow of power. Okay, so that makes sense. That's electricity. Parallel lines. The image of the pod is dim. A circular symbol sits next to the image. So this would be to turn on power to the pod. And the circular glyph. This appears to depict the humming device in the center. One with 2 crystals. Would cut the power. Circular's outline suggests a function of the device is particularly important. So we can... Is this like a transfer of power, or what is it?
Yes. Now.
Let's do the pod first. Both the symbol and the pod light up on the screen. The circular symbol pulses in time with odd symbols that march into the image of the pod itself. In the far corner of the room, new noises indicate the pod is now receiving power. Okay. Rings of energy pulse around the stasis pod. There appears to be nothing inside it, but a control interface hovers a few centimeters off the surface at one end of the pod. Surprisingly, the words on the interface are written in the truth, and you can understand them. There are several options, but most of them are dimmed out. The only two functioning options are check status and access data. Check status. Stasis pod empty. Error. Self-diagnostic failed. Cannot open stasis pod. Primary functions offline. Data integrity 67%. Corrupted experiment notes. Okay, here we go reading. An unfamiliar male voice reverberates throughout the room. Preliminary investigations suggest that Maws was correct. The crystals of the Ascension bear the properties we require to complete the resonance chamber. The amulet proved invaluable in reaching this place and may have other uses besides, so it will be some time before I can return it to Dracogen. Much more experimentation is required before I can know for certain whether the Ascension holds what I seek. Okay, so this device was Dracogen's, the amulet, and he just never had it returned to him. But apparently it's very useful. Alright, second. The secretions of the crystal vor are one of the few substances I've found that can eat through the living crystal of the Ascension. I've had several larvae brought here for that purpose. Dracogen exudes patience with regard to the amulet, but I've dealt with other Dracogens before. Wait, that's a species? I thought it was just a one dude. You'll only remain patient for so long before he decides I've cheated him. No matter, I fear the sorrow more than I fear them. Alright, third. I have several experiments running simultaneously while I wait for the crystal to grow. True to their name, the crystal vores have proved quite adaptable to this environment and invaluable to this part of the process. The Ascension natives may prove useful as well. I had ignored them initially, for although their speaker is capable of cogent communication, it has proved useless in providing any real information. However, I've since seen other natives accomplishing some remarkable feats with the crystal itself, so I captured one for study. We shall see if there's more I can learn from it. 4. Several of the crystal larvae hatched prematurely and escaped. It's unclear how it happened, but I suspect that someone came looking for the amulet while I was buying supplies in Sagas. No doubt they tampered with the machines in their efforts to find it. To prevent further sabotage, I placed the amulet and the remaining larvae behind an energy field. The power generator can open the field, but it now requires a passcode sequence to ensure there's no further tampering. I'm not foolish enough to record that sequence here, but should something happen to me such as that I forget, the 3 geodesics through the berry center are the key. That's behind the wall. Okay. 5th. The escaped crucifores are growing and breeding. They now constitute a serious threat to my work. I built a device to emit sound waves at a very specific frequency, lulling the creatures into dormancy. So far, it appears to be an effective countermeasure, but I shall have to keep further careful watch to be sure. I also make sure that the power generator does not experience any interruptions lest they wake again. So don't turn off the power. Otherwise, bad happens. Alright, 6th. This will be my last entry. Dracogen's patience has worn thin, as I knew it would. His agents are outside and will no doubt break through my defenses momentarily. If they do, I will have to attain this body. I have to abandon this body. I don't know when I'll be able to return, but I don't know what's happening. I woke in this cave, surrounded by angry men demanding something called an amulet. Oh, this is the cast-off speaking. I don't know what it is, but they attacked me. I didn't know what to do, so I fought back. I killed them. The blood, it's everywhere. Some of it's mine, but most of it. I found these notes afterwards when I was trying to find out what was happening to me. I couldn't figure out how to retrieve the amulet, but those men were sent by someone called Dracogen. I don't know what any of this means. I'm going to find out, but I'm leaving this message in case I don't make it back. I don't know who will listen, but, well, I figured I should leave something of me in here, somewhere, in case I don't get very far. Okay, so...
All right.
This is the generator that stops the bad things. We have to turn this off now?
Go.
Turn the pearl. We don't want this powered on right now. Try to figure out the key to unlocking the force field based on the clue. three geodesics through the berry center are the key. Watching the glyphs revolve around the central rune, the meaning suddenly becomes clear. The symbols increase and decrease in size as they move around the rune, traveling more quickly when they come close to it and slower when they're further away. They aren't revolving, they're orbiting, and the rune is the berry center. The definition of geodesic rises from the depths of your mind as well. It means a great circle track, the shortest line between 2 points on a sphere. I think I knew that from geometry lessons. On a hunch, you draw a line from each of the 3 symbols to the others, curving the line through the rune in the center. The symbols stop orbiting. Lines appear where your finger drags across the interface. Soon you have 3 curved lines connecting each of the symbols, 3 geodesics through the same berry center. The interface disappears, replaced by an image of some kind of field projector. Triumphant, you cut the power to the projector. Across the cavern, the force field deactivates. I thought this was also going to be like a puzzle about don't let power go from one place and not the other. But apparently that's not the case. I'm clicking on this and nothing's happening.
Yes.
Hello? Devouring Shell. 1 plus 20 armor.
These ciphers are killing me.
Plus 20 armor. I guess that would be good for you in case you're getting attacked.
Of course.
Hero's Fury. Deal lots of damage.
These ciphers are killing me.
You're full. Save.
Fine.
Nestled among the crystal formations is a steel pod. Cables pass in and out of the pod, glowing with energy. As soon as you're within arm's reach, a shiny interface materializes in the air between you and the pod. There are a few strange symbols arranged in a circle around a filigreed pentagon, similar to the tattoo on your forehead. Touch my tattoo to the center, touch the symbols around the pentagon. Place your hand, just put your hand on it. Nothing happens. Okay. Touch your symbols. Well, there you go. Put your head on it. Magmatic Amulet. Focusing its children through the amulet as through a prism. Oh, so this is like a babblefish to talk with the bloom. As you draw closer, the filigreed pentagon glows brightly. Your head becomes warm, but not uncomfortably so. When it touches the light, you feel a small amount of energy flow out from you. The cables on the pod pulse quickly, and the top of the chamber opens with a hiss. The only item inside is a hyaline circlet, as black as the sky behind the stars. The magmatic amulet. You remove it from the pod and take it with you.
I'll remember that.
Perfect. Okay, so did we want to talk to like this thing?
All right.
Okay. Cut the power from the pod. We don't need to power it anymore.
Of course.
Circular glyph. We cut the power to what? That's the barrier. We don't want that one. We want to... these ones. We want to stop the power to this one. Circular symbol dims and the symbols freeze in place, no longer marching into the image of the 3 crystals. To your right, lights on the bank of the crystals fade. A phobit blinks and chirps within one of the large crystals, finally freed from its imprisonment. It zips around in the crystal, makes cheerful noises in your direction, and then vanishes in a flash of light. Okay, I don't think we want to cut the power to this. This is the thing that's keeping the bad things away, right? Oh, we did have a quest. We gotta let them know the Maws opened. don't think we're gonna do that one. Why did he need this? I don't know why he needed this. Why would he need that? Yeah, let's not turn the power off to that. That seems like a terrible, terrible idea. That's got to be the field of energy that's stopping the crystals from destroying everything.
Sure.
The crystal of Bora, rather. Alright, who's going to be waiting for me outside? No, I thought it was been... Well, okay. I was about to say, I thought it was going to be one of those, ah, thank you for doing the hard work for us. I'll be taking that type of situations. Which it seems like, yes, that is still what's about to happen. Why else would these guys be waiting at the only exit?
All right.
Let's save.
Consider it done.
Thorn bars your path with a slight, confident smile. Greetings again, Cast Off. Whatever you did in that cave has caught the changing god's attention. He knows you're here now, and he's asked me to destroy your mind. Do not resist. Suddenly, his pupils slide out of view, not up, but sideways, as abruptly as if they've been slapped. Yes, of course. It won't be long now. You said you weren't really a prophet. I lied. Your father speaks to me. He says, pointing to a tiny device at the base of his skull. He's told me that he has need of your body, and I've learned over the years to trust what he says. It's time to return to your father's property, Cast Off. Changing God is trapped in my mind, though. How can he be speaking to you? In your mind? I don't... He raises a hand to his head. Ah, it seems he is in your mind. But maybe you've forgotten who you're talking about. The changing God has been alive for centuries, maybe more. He would never let himself be trapped or rendered helpless. He's never powerless. I am proof of that. When did he start speaking to you? Years ago, ever since his device attached itself to me while I was exploring one of his abandoned laboratories. He asked me to tell you that the eraser of your mind will not hurt. He will simply nudge your mind into oblivion and take its place. He'll be among us at last, thanks to you. What is the device he got anyway? One of his mouthpieces. I picked this relic up, examined it, and discarded it, but then it shot up from the ground and chose me. The changing God is using you, that's what he does. Of course he is, and we choose to let him. You and your kind do not have the same freedom. That body does not belong to you. It must be exhausting. It must be impossible, knowing that your every breath is borrowed, that your discoveries do not ultimately belong to you, and that your only marks on this world will be the ones he does not wipe away. Thankfully, we are here to take the burden from you. It is time to sleep, Cast Off. It is time to surrender. I'm going to give you one chance to get the hell out of here. His complacency drains in the face of your threat. His eyes pop open wide, his hands fly instinctively to his ears as though someone were shouting at him. I'm sorry, this was a mistake. I'm not strong enough. I don't want to...
I'm ready to learn something new.
There is a high-pitched keening. Dorn clutches the device at the back of his skull as though it were hurting him. He groans, swaying. With a soggy crump, his head bursts. With a single horrified glance at their fellow fallen prophet, his followers flee. Dang. Bro just got his head chopped off. Slug Spitter. Gauntlet of Murder. That's a name. Ossified Trifolium. It's a 3-leaf clover. Okay. So the intimidation worked. That's the... What is this? This deep black metal gauntlet twinkles like the stars in the night sky. A hum emanates from its surface. When you touch the metal, images flash through your mind, too quickly for you to make sense of them. Examine the gauntlet. The metal it's made from is not iron or steel, but something more fantastic, than the metals of the Ninth World. Otherwise, it appears to be a normal gauntlet. You notice a crust of dried blood around the inside. You recall a story linked to a gauntlet that was involved in a string of mysterious murders. Each victim was seen sporting a single black gauntlet for a while, and then later found dead, strangled and missing a hand. A group called the God Club, or something along those lines, was mixed up with it. Anyone who wears the gauntlet is overwhelmed with sudden, excruciating pain, as the gauntlet actually consumes the hand and takes its place. Some victims find they cannot remove the gauntlet. Others can. When they take it off, there's nothing but a stump underneath. Replacing the gauntlet over the stump causes it to reattach and function fully as the old hand. You place your hand on the gauntlet again, focusing your mind on the images it gives you. They're quick, just vague impressions of the gauntlet's previous wearers. You see a shadow in the dark, the gauntlet holding a barbed knife in one hand and pouncing on his victim. A woman puts the gauntlet on her hand and screams. A Vargellan fights against a mob of 7, the gauntlet wielding a wicked mace just before he dies. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a good idea to be putting this gauntlet on. That does not seem like a good idea. Now, let's put the gauntlet on. The moment you slip your fingers into the glove, the gauntlet bites down on your arm. It feels like millions of razors slide up and down your arm, flaying the skin, then the muscle, then the bone. It's so bad that you pass out from the pain. When you wake, the gauntlet lies on the ground, and your hand has regrown. It seems your regenerative abilities are stronger than the gauntlet's hunger. Even so, you feel some of the gauntlet's power in your newly regrown hand. +1 to speed. Nice. Do it again. Aw. Sick. That worked out well. Okay. Well.
Ready.
We move on. Actually,
All right.
we talk to you again. We released one of your buddies.
You won't notice I'm gone.
Maybe you have something new to say?
Fine.
Nope. All right, never mind.
Ready.
Why pathfinding? Please pathfind. Oh no. Well, you know, I was gonna say that we should talk to this tongue now that we can talk to the
One
maw
moment.
before we go through, but apparently it's not even a choice anymore. Let's talk. You wanna have the chat? Okay, hold on. Before that, I leveled up.
Here.
Extra effort. I'd rather have improved skill. And maybe we go for cipher usage? Because we keep camping out. Let's do it. There we go. Alright, save. Alright, touch the thing. You grasp the crystalline artifact. At once, the voices of the bloom grow louder, and louder still. They fill your consciousness, drowning out your thoughts, hissing and whispering and chittering and buzzing. They're coming from every direction, from above and below, from nearby and far away. Swaying on your feet, you nearly topple to the floor. Akina grabs hold of your arm to prevent you from falling. What's wrong with you? You shake your head, unable to respond, caught up in a torrent of maddening sound. Slowly, the bloom voices resolve themselves into their constituent parts, but now they carry sense impressions within them. Hunger, curiosity, desire. Each burst of bloom voices evokes a new impression in your mind. For a moment, you let go of the amulet, and the sensation impressions are gone. The voices are nothing but meaningless babble. And you touch it again, and the sense impressions return. It's a translator. I get it. Listen to the nearest voices. Is it going to work now? Listen to the distant voices. Hunger and need. Alright, let's try to communicate. Relax in your mind, you allow the whispering of the bloom tongues to penetrate your thoughts. Memories rise into your consciousness, trivial moments you thought you had forgotten. Just as you recognize them, they are swept away. The bloom tongues are sifting through your memories, looking for something. The voices dig deeper into your unconscious. What seemed harmless at first becomes irritating. A dull ache blossoms in the back of your head, spreading across your skull and down your spine. The pain comes in waves, as if the bloom is trying to wrench a memory out of your brain. So this is I don't think we want to be doing these tidal surges. And I don't think we necessarily want to hurt the bloom, because it is seemingly keeping the sorrow at bay. So go for it. Dimly you are aware of the bloom's presence in your mind, pulling at a memory hidden deep in your unconscious like a stubborn tool that refuses to be torn out. With a final gout of searing agony, the memory bursts into your conscious mind. You stand under a blazing purple sun that was never of the ninth world you know. Your body sits heavy on you, unfamiliar muscles rippling as you move. And move you must. As your boots lose their propulsive power, you must scramble at the sheer rock face for the extra boost, pulling yourself up with your battered hands, trying to reach the eye socket of the mountain-sized statue. You laugh madly, and can hear your consciousness straining to leave this shell. You gain the safety of the carven eye. You look below to see your pursuers swarming up the cliff. You are defiling their holy ground, and they mean to make you pay in blood. Their lamprey mouths, their many arms, and the needle-capped suckers on their hands all suggest that they're more than capable of taking it. Except as they come, you hold your hand out above them and curl into a fist. The air coalesces into an acid shower that rains down upon them. Their screams are like an opera. The memory ends, slurped from your mind like sugary nectar. You remember witnessing it, yet the memory itself, the collection of sensory impressions that was actually experienced by the changing god, is gone, devoured by the bloom. The bloom tongues sag drunkenly against each other, as if the feast has made them languid and confused. Try to take control of the bloom tongues? We gotta go all in on this. Stats? Oh, critical success. Nice. You reach across the barrier that separates your consciousness from that of the tongues, a barrier now made permeable by the amulet. Tentatively, you begin to direct the motions of the tongues. It's a strange sensation, like having another set of limbs, but they respond to your impulses. Belatedly, the tongues try to resist, but with a bit of concentration, you quiet them like errant thoughts. These tongues, you realize, are a tiny locus of the bloom's consciousness. Their roots extend throughout the trade post, and now, so do your thoughts and commands. Release the human minds, steal the knowledge and memories of them, restore the portal. Yeah, we want to do that. But can I yoink everything? I feel like I should yoink everything. A few moments of concentration reveal that the snaking roots of the bloom tongues are still connected to the corpses. Hair-like fibers grow through the putrefying flesh, linking to their half-dead brains, keeping their minds alive. It's like the Matrix. The tongues have been gradually drawing out the memories and experiences of the dying human minds and feeding upon them. You force them to extract everything that remains and funnel it into your own mind instead. As each brain is emptied, its gibbering voice falls silent and it dies. +1 int maximum. Nice. Their scattered sensory impressions and half-formed memories are knowledge of some sort. Additional perspectives through which to understand the world. Your mind feels sharper and refreshed. As you finish emptying the dead minds, you sense a deep sub-oral rumble from the bloom. Your impression, filled through the amulet, is one of affinity and approval of what you just did. Okay. Restore the portal. It appears the portal's gone and the tongues have no way created a new one. Move the trade post back to its original location. Close your eyes and relax your mind, probing the limits of your new senses. The roots of the bloom tongues run throughout the trade post, but they also extend some distance into the surrounding flesh. The few of them trail upward, tracing a path toward an open cavity in the outer reaches of the bloom. Steeling yourself, you take hold of the tendrils, all the tendrils at once, urging them back along that path, clawing their way toward the surface and dragging in the trade post with them. The ground buckles and churns beneath your feet, and the whole chamber begins to move. At last, you open your eyes, and the shaking subsides. The blocked archway is opening. You hear astonished voices outside. Their energy spent, the bloom tongues recede into the ground. Okay, so this will take us back to, yeah, that center room. And so the trading people are going to be like right here. As you emerge from the trade post, you hear sharp intakes of breath. The two merchants you met earlier are staring at you in amazement. That great jaw and the teeth, they're gone. Was this your doing? If it was, you have our deepest thanks. We are no better off. Our wagon is still supper for a bloom thing. Quite right, but it's still damn impressive. I thought the bloom only answered to the Memovira. Where is she when we need her help, eh? You spoke to her, didn't you? To the bloom, and she listened. Is that unusual? I'd say so. Nobody but the Memovira can command the bloom like you did. And some folk say even she can't do it, because I ain't one to believe those rumors. Of course I ain't one to believe those rumors. Guess I'd be careful about using that kind of power if I was you. The folks in charge might mistake you for a threat. Happens a lot around here, and I'd hate to see it happen to you. Now what could I do for you? You ever seen a weapon like this? Get rid of it. Can't you hear how much she hates it? Yeah. I've heard of a weapon like that. Stories mostly. It's been around the bloom for a long time. That knife can cut open her maws if you fix it up right. If you don't like it, and she's no friend to the one who wields it. I mean, I'm not going to get rid of it. What if I can threaten with it? Do what I say, or else. You know? That kind of deal. Alright, let's sell things to you. Alright, let's sell you this, and this, and this, and one of these, and this as well. Okay, we don't need to rest, right? We didn't really spend that many points. Let's go turn in the quest about the maw to the guy in the fish tank. Let's go do that real quick. 1 second while it loads, because my phone is in the other room. Right, let's go talk to you. Let us go have a chat. I opened the mall, but I found some kind of terminal port on the other side, not your city. Alas, it would appear that we must remain in the bloom for now. We shall find another route home eventually. Open the mall to serve the residents. Name your fee. Released in the custody of the decanted? Oh. That's the robot that's collecting humans. Yeah, I don't need anything. Then again, yeah, do the thing. It's funnier this way. You would give her to the decanted, an elegant solution to our problem. It will keep us from a cruel execution, to prevent her from wreaking further mayhem in our community. Very well, the disc on her forehead is her prison. Press it into her flesh, circle it thrice widdershins, and her bars will vanish. You're mine now. Do the thing. You reach out and follows instructions. Drops in your hand and Herge's eyes widen in disbelief and joy. No need to escort me, friend. Upon my honor, I accept these terms. So I'm to serve a short time with this decanted. I don't know what it is, but I can tell you I'm glad to do whatever. Yeah, good luck, yeah. I don't think that's going to work out well for you. Thank you for freeing me. His mind was... Yeah. Alright, we already talked to everybody here, I think. We're ready to move on from this zone.
All right.
Let's see, has leveled up. Improved skill. I mean, yeah, you don't really do anything.
I'm ready.
Let's see if there's any last things to do here. There was a one person in the back that we couldn't even speak to. Yeah, you got nothing to talk about. That's very strange to me.
I'm going.
There's nothing else left in the Murden place. One last check in here. I mean, I should be looking at my quest log, yeah. Return to Memavira. No, this is return to the lady about the thugs. This is returning to Memavira, essentially. Young noble named Boris in the surgeon slump. Oh, you? I mean, while we're here. Deception, do the thing. Giving out free essence samples. Free essence samples? Did you say free? Friend, I wish I could stay to speak with you longer, but I have urgent business to attend to. Namely, I need to procure some of these samples before people won't appreciate them like I do. Yeah.
Ask your questions.
I haven't talked to you guys in a while. How you holding up? Okay. How you doing? Examine you again? Something's different with him now, or maybe it was always there and you can only feel it thanks to the training. Touch your eyes? Still nothing. Sends a tendril toward the ground, then hesitates thoughtfully. At last it draws a square upon the ground in glistening fluid. Watching to make sure it has your attention, it draws a line from the square and finishes with 2 squares at the other end. Why is the diagram connected to you? Glances if you're facing work faster. It grumbles. Don't get mad at me, I'm trying to understand. It hesitates and pats your foot with a tendril before slicing it along the ground in an irritated line and sucking it back into its body like a pulp. I see. Never mind then. So this maw is just there now, huh? Alright, I think we're done here.
I'm ready.
I was reading that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's time to head back this way. Really don't feel like we should give up this artifact that we found, though. That Dracogen wants, just because it allows us to speak to the bloom. That seems, you know, like really, really valuable. Let's see here. Let's talk to you. We dealt with the... Oh. Herja looks at the decanted up down critically. I'm here to serve my penance. What tasks do you require? I wield blades and beam weapons with equal proficiency. I'm skilled in the reconnaissance and infiltration, and my small squad tactics are without equal. Just don't send me against pure-blooded humans. Despite malnourishment and general hygiene concerns, this is an excellent specimen. It will make a fine addition to the Optero suite. To the what? I thought I was to serve in a mercenary capacity, not as some handmaiden for a distant noble. I have no courtly graces, nor do I have the inclination to learn to bend the knee to a politician. Perhaps it is a misunderstanding. The subject will not be a slave, but a valued guest, held in esteem and treated with honor. No servitude is implied. You sent this man to fetch me for evaluation without ever seeing me, and now you tell me that I'll be an honored guest? This sounds like forced confinement for the pleasure of wealthy freaks. No, my service is active, and I will return to the mutants if I must. I do not trust you, creature. The decanted takes one lightning-quick step forward, and a jet of gas blasts Herja in the face. She breathes in just a second of the cloud, or fraction of the cloud, and she drops to the floor instantly. Breathes in just a fraction of the cloud.
Making a note.
Regrettable but necessary. No harm has come to this specimen. The recruit is most suitable indeed. Your procurement of subjects is noted. Continue to bring them here, and your reward shall be commensurate to their suitability. Alright, save.
Alright.
Alright, Boros is here as well.
I'll remember that.
The most recent specimen Boris sent our way is satisfactory. More than satisfactory, although certain parts of its physique and mental clarity require detoxification. The clients have developed an efficient, though unpleasant, process to do so. Our gratitude.
Making a note.
You spoke earlier of the Abhuman's translator. We examined it ourselves and determined it to be suitable. Your information was key to our acquisition and successful recruitment. We are pleased to provide this reward. We're also pleased to report that we've undergone a successful decontamination upon our departure from the Murden's Nest.
I'm ready to pick my...
Your assistance in this matter has been invaluable. We have reached our necessary quota far faster than we had any reason to believe. Because of this, we will not be needing this device any longer. This will only slow us. It is yours now. $1,000. Dolk. It's a cipher that does 40 damage and debuffs them. That's pretty good. The construct strikes its hand across the front of its armor, and a row of buttons extrudes from its synth shell. Its fingers dance rapidly across the buttons. You're momentarily blinded. Okay. Teleported away. Got it. Another job well done. Hi. I don't suppose you've learned anything new? They won't be bothering you anymore.
I'll remember that.
Well, I certainly hope you're right. Regardless, you have done more than I ever could, and you have my gratitude. Please accept this in thanks. Sleep here free anytime. Well, that would have been nice earlier. It's a heat cup. Okay. Port back to Brusca. We'll do that one. I don't think we want to go back to Drake again quite yet. Let's go talk to this vendor and sell some stuff. We have this cup. And I don't think we need this, do we? just sell it. Okay. I mean, maybe we don't need to return it if we can just get in for doing this quest, right? You need something on time. I found 2 of your men alive in the old slate block and your patrol in Little Neelesh. They're all right.
I'll remember that.
So it was you. Yes, you matched their description. I'm in your debt, it appears. Take this. It's not much, but it's what I can give. I guess with those headaches out of the way, I can focus on more important matters now. Important to some, anyway. Such as? It's not really your business, but neither were my patrols, and I owe you that much. The Memovira, you've probably heard, she doesn't leave the fortress anymore. Well, that's because of the way the Bloom's been acting, and I think I know what the Bloom's behavior means. What does it mean? Do you know how the Memovira came to power? They say the Bloom helped her, that it turned against the old Memovira and destroyed him. I was a kid, just a green mercenary at the time, but I remember the way the Bloom changed. The old Memovira could, well, not control the Bloom. I don't think anyone can do that, but sort of coax the Bloom to do what he wanted. And one day the Bloom just stopped responding. Maws closed or reopened in horrible places. A few weeks later, the old Memovira was gone. The Memovira sees the similarities too and doesn't want that to happen to her. So the old Memovira just disappeared when we met them. They say the Bloom ate him, but I think it's worse than that. I've seen him late at night sometimes, or in the dark corners of the Bloom, an old ghost in rags and a long beard. Maybe I'm crazy, or maybe he isn't really dead. Either way, I don't want to know. I mean, again, I met him. The Memovira doesn't ever leave? Never, not for months. She's afraid of the Bloom and what it might do to her. She thinks the closing and shifting of Maws is a message, a warning. Can I get in now? No. That's annoying. I mean, maybe we can just talk to him and be like, yeah, I'm not giving this to you. There's no way that's going to be an acceptable thing for him, though. Level you up.
What now?
Abilities unlocked. Assassin. While hidden or attacking a blinded enemy, automatically kill them. Oh, nice. It's an execute. Very cool. Very cool. Again, this is useless. That's not very good. You hit are also pushed away. Meh. 30% crit chance on... Yeah. That's really good. Bonus to... We've never used this, have we? Oh, it's just a passive move more. Lame. Sure, take some quick fingers. Alright, save. Hi. Are you still interested in exploring the Blue, my friend? Word has reached these humble ears of a new mall opening near the court of Garkoto in Little Neelesh. It leads to the place I recall, which I thought long gone. It may contain devices of great value indeed. If I did not have pressing business... Yeah. You bear the amulet. Give it to me and we shall consider our agreement concluded. Would you accept it in place of the amulet?
I'll remember that.
Ah, yes, that would indeed be sufficient. I've tried to acquire it before, but to no avail. Should you manage to obtain it, it would certainly be a fine substitute. Oh, sick. The agents I employed previously were not up to the task. This was an occasion of great surprise to me. They were tough, capable warriors, and I thought them more than sufficient to the job. You gain access to the anchorage and the cortex. I suggest you employ guile before violence. Okay, let's talk about this. I've brought the cortex and wish to trade it in place of the amulet.
Updated my journal.
His smile disappears as he considers your words. He licks his lips nervously and places his hand to his forehead, as if he were suddenly stricken with a headache, or if he were communicating. He looks up after a brief moment, his smile returning, though not nearly as wide. Your words are wise. I will accept. He places it into a flat pouch at his hip, and no shape distorts the pouch. as if it were merely a gateway to some larger place. A bag of holding. This concludes your part of the transaction. Let me honor mine. Come with me. It's nice. So we still get to keep the amulet. That seems important. Throw any weapons and you'll die in short order. The Memovira is a medium-sized woman, regal in bearing. She scrutinizes you with a look that manages to convey both admiration and disdain. Her eyes cut to Matkina. A slight tightening around her eyes suggests a wariness towards her. Though her words are cultured, her voice is rough, perhaps an artifact of low upbringing. Breakerkin was effusive in his praise for your skills. I've been following your movements myself. You moved the trade post out of the depths. There are very, very few people who could manage such a feat. The way she looks at you and holds herself suggests that she might be wary or even slightly afraid of said accomplishment. Her eyes are piercing as they sweep across you. I've dealt with cast-offs before, of course. I found your kind to be tenacious, resourceful, and skilled. And I know the one you are looking for. I can tell you where she's hiding. Is where you hid your honor, your loyalty. Shut up. Let me talk. Let me do the talking. She seems to stifle a yawn. So high and mighty for one who has betrayed everyone she's ever worked for. What's she talking about? She says nothing, only glaring at the Memovira. Watch that one, cast off. Her blades are always hungry. Anyway, you came here for another purpose. You need my help to find the first of your kind. So what do you want in return? So untrusting, so wise. I understand that this first cast-off has been hidden from your kind for over a century. You thought she was dead. Well, I know that I have no qualms about betraying her, but the cost will be steep. I've lost someone, an important member of my organization. You've no doubt heard of the recent changes in the Bloom. Perhaps you've even heard the rumor that it has turned against me. To some extent, that is true. Ishin is a victim of that betrayal. Ishin was my best scholar, a genius with the Numenera. Through my own means, I've divined that he still lives, but I cannot reach him. The Bloom has taken Ishin to its heart. I have lost more men than I care to think about while trying to recover him. As a cast-off, however, you have certain advantages my minions do not. With the recent fluctuations in the Bloom's layout, I no longer know the path to reach the heart. I suggest you talk to someone who knows the Bloom well, if you cannot discover the way yourself. Yeah, she's not going to go for number one. I have a few questions. I do apologize if I gave the impression that this was a discussion. I have made my offer. Rescue my friend from the Bloom's heart, and you shall have the location of your precious first. Fail, and you will not. Do I make myself clear? Now, if you excuse me, I have an organization to maintain.
Making a note.
See that the cast-off doesn't get lost on his way out. This beach. I mean, obviously we don't trust her. Obviously. Wow, we all leveled up again.
Yes.
Choose abilities to learn. Warp dash could be good. Versatile effort. +1 for each level of effort applied. I mean, that's not very good if I've been using perception. Could be good if I use other things. That one's very good. Ignore the flank. Ooh, that one's really good. That one's really, really good. Because we're going for like a full just stand in the enemy team, but they'll always be flanking us. Yeah, we go for that one. Boy, what do we do now? Hmm. Do we want more bonuses to things? I feel like this one's always gonna come up. Let's do this one. Right, you're next. Proof skill. Yeah, never mind. I forgot. Do that one. You. Ooh. Getting a new skill or improving. We don't have a new skill to take, and none of these are good. Maybe just go for more stats. More stats. Okay. Find a maw that leads them back. We can talk to the guide, the Sherpa.
Now.
I'm sure he will have some useful information.
Whatever.
Do you know how to reach the heart of the bloom?
I'll remember that.
Folks say there's a maw that'll take you to the heart. If the stories are true, you can only see if it wants you to. Never been there myself, but when I need something from the bloom, I go to the place where she's most likely to hear me. Shrine of Sheila the Great. What will I find in the heart? I call myself a bloom guide because I know this sack of guts. The deep places are different, more alive, more conscious, full of voices, packs of them, that wrap themselves in flesh so they can wander around and feed. The heart is where Memovirs are made and unmade. If you go down there, you ain't coming back until the bloom is finished with you, one way or the other. See? I thought you were going to tell me to go speak to the tongues again.
Of course.
Okay, you think this Ragman fellow speaks to us now? Or we speak to the observant spec again? Yeah,
I'm
it's so
there,
weird, a
in the
named
shadows.
character. We might just have to talk to the shrine directly, because there's tongues later, right? You've been talking to the Memavira. She sent you to claim something from the heart, hasn't she? Or rather, someone. Too frightened to go herself, for she knows what will happen if she does. What will happen? The bloom will eat her, body and soul. It doesn't matter how long she puts it off. The bloom will have her in the end. The only question is who it will find to take her place. But you want to reach the heart, and I can help you.
I'll remember that.
One gets to the heart in the same way one gets anywhere in the bloom. A maw will take you, and the maw you want is just over there. The spec waves a hand toward the nearest corner of from the shrine. You feel like a blindfold has been suddenly pulled from your eyes, and a wave of vertigo nearly knocks you to the floor. When you look up again, a maw has appeared. Well, that's convenient. Sometimes the bloom hides things from us. Its whispers distract our attention. Our senses perceive what's there, but our minds don't. Been here all along? So it has, but only my eyes could see. Even now, the others are blissfully unaware. Some of them catch a glimpse now and then, but the whispers make them forget. What is it? Where does it lead? Exactly where you want to go, to the heart, the source of all the whispers. And what does it eat?
Updated my journal.
Predators, but only those who are feared above all others. A person, a creature. The maw doesn't care. Getting them into the maw, that's the hard part. Predators. I think I'll take a look at the maw. Cut it open? No. Offer the jar of wind. Offer yourself. Observe the behavior. Several tongues are fixated upon Matkina, tracking her movement like a hound. When she notices Just pacing back and forth. Because she's a predator. The tongue passes without pausing on Akina the Maws seems to regard you as a predator. That's good. I regard myself as a predator too. You know what predators don't do? They don't offer themselves as prey. Find yourself another victim. I don't want to like have that predator feeling taken from her. Save. Offer the jar of wind. This seems like a terrible idea. You draw out the battered metal jar and hold it aloft well within reach of the tongues. Nearby, you hear a sharp intake of breath. Is that? Risking a glance toward her, you see that her eyes are bright with wonder and horror. She watches the movements of the tongues, and it's clear that she has no idea what's going to happen next. Several of the tongues dart toward the jar, snatching it out of your hands. They begin to twist at it, trying to pull it apart. For the first time, you realize what a mistake this might have been. I'm glad I saved. Then you hear a loud buzzing sound from the metal container, as if whatever was inside has suddenly woken up. The tongues stop twisting the jar. A furious chittering and hissing answers the angry buzzing of the iron wind, drowning it out, and the tongues toss the jar around like a great beast playing with its food. Then, with a final violent shake, the tongue hurls the jaw into the mist, the jar into the maw. Chittering and hissing rise to a climax, and the maw opens. Wait, it worked. Was that a good idea? I don't know if that was a good idea or not.
Yes.
In we go. What the hell? Predatory echoes. Some real creepy stuff. The man before you emanates gloom. His body is emaciated, and though he is quite tall, his hunched posture makes him appear shorter. The bags under his eyes are black and pouched, and his lips are almost comically downturned. Most of the time, his body is nearly transparent, though he fades in and out of view. Terror describes every line in his body, along every sidelong glance. He sees you approaching and flinches. With a shuddering breath, he straightens, smooths out his ragged clothing, and says, "I'm Vonesian. Hello." How did you get here? I don't remember much. I was following someone I knew to help them cut them. A maw burst from the floor. I fell, felt crunching. It was me, my bones, my body, but I'm still here. Every day the bloom takes more of me. I'm fading. Hey, tell me about this place. The gullet, they call it. This is where the bloom's food is digested. Where fear fades to despair. Where we wait to dissolve or die. I survive longer than the others by hiding in shadows. The ones that fight each other are always looking for prey. I've seen such strange things here. Such horrible things. Like what? Spent a day watching a bulge move down the wall over there. Thought it was a tumor at first, but then I heard it sobbing, begging for help. After a time, it dissolved in the wall, and the begging stopped. Anything else? Talking wound in the floor, speaking through bubbles of pus. It promised it was an escape from this place, a tunnel to the outside. Only one of us was desperate enough to believe it. Robin crawled in. She said she could see the daylight. Then the wound chuckled, and we heard bubbling like a pot in the boil. She screamed for hours and hours and hours. The whirlpool. There's something inside it, down below. A heartbeat like thunder. People who stare down the hole, who listen to the beating of the heart, they can't walk away. They lean closer and fall in. They fall in smiling. Good talking to you. Tongue cluster.
I'm going.
A knot of human figures stab and cut at one another, snarling like beasts. All of them are semi-transparent, fading in and out of corporeality. They're a strange, mismatched group, and they seem to be attacking one another randomly. If you remain here or try to move past, they're likely to see you. Well, if they're looking for prey, we don't want to appear like prey, so we're going to stand our ground. You hear a sharp intake of breath, and a pair of combatants disengages. Someone is here, someone to kill. Alright, well. It's fine. Nothing personnel, kid? You just went invisible? Immune to flanked. Alright, we immediately just go for the counterattack. You immediately walk away and hide. Please don't let them kill me. I mean, be a predator, you know?
I warn you.
Huge crit. I want you to go here and flank this guy. Snap. You missed. Go for the counterattack. You're chilling. You dummy.
You're right where I want you. That was but a taste.
Nice. You dummy. What's this buff that he has? Nothing personnel, kid. Hidden. Just remain hidden. You dummy.
Stay down.
Now you're dead.
I will gut you.
Now you're dead. Let's move you here.
I'll handle it.
There you go. This, like, battle music reminds me of, like, the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire music. Oh, what the heck? You actually hit me. For a lot, too. Why can't I target this guy? I don't understand.
Like a whisper.
That's loot. Why can't I target this guy?
Done.
Cool. End the turn, whatever. Oh, you're dead. Well, do we care if that guy dies? I don't think I really care.
What's happening to me?
That was but a taste. It's not working.
We crit
Try
for
something
0.
else.
not. Maybe you are slightly alive. This is just an echo. I guess we just hide? I don't know.
I'm barely hurting it.
I mean, he's dead. He hurt it enough.
All right.
All right.
It's like the symbols of the UI are objects that can be interacted with and override you trying to click into the UI like that. Very annoying. Hey, we saved you. Anything to say? Welcome back. No, nothing to say.
Yes. Now.
We should probably heal ourselves a little bit.
Yes. Ah,
There we go.
much better.
There is a Murden here.
Fine.
What's he? The down of this Murden is patchy and streaked with its abhuman blood. Glassy eyes filled with hatred stare at you, and its beak dribbles foam. It cradles a ragged bundle fiercely to its chest. As you approach, the Murden blasts a field of static into your mind. You involuntarily step back, unable to get any closer to the creature. Unlike other Murdens you've encountered, the mental blast of this one is not just annoying, it's actually painful. The Murden is clearly in a feral, desperate state. Its glassy eyes suggest delirium or madness. Perhaps this has somehow intensified its psychic abilities. Touch the amulet. You place your hand on the amulet and the Murden immediately clutches its head and screeches piteously. Its mental static echoes back and forth between the Murden and the amulet, overlapping and intensifying. The pain gets worse for you too. Just as you're about to remove your hand from the amulet, the Murden groans and collapses to the ground unconscious. Oh. Yoink. Synth egg. You unwrap the ragged cloth bundle the Murden was trying to hide from you. Inside, you find an egg-shaped object of pearly white synth. When your hand brushes against it, you hear cheerful music. You also find something that looks like an adorable fuzzy head mounted atop a metal cylinder. The head is alive and appears to be dozing. What? Egg-shaped object. And a candy, it's a Pez dispenser. That's funny. Anything else? Odd. I will save and yeah, we'll look at the Pez dispenser. This is a rectangular device with the likeness of a furry feline-like creature's head at one end. It may be some kind of toy, or the device grows warm on your hand, and with a wide yawn, the creature's eyes opens over large eyes and gaze upon you with love-struck awe. Myrrh? With twin clicks, the outlines of a long, slender, four-fingered hand protrude from either side of the device. What's your name? Myrrh. How cute. Can you speak? Myrrh. Examine. You turn the device over to examine the casing. The creature coos with interest at the sight of the floor. At the bottom, opposite the head, you find a carving of a stylized sun with a hole at its center. You don't recognize the symbol, however, and can't tell if it's a maker's mark or something else. Squeeze the hands. Yeah, I got Pez. You pinch the hands against the side of the device. Blarf. It spits out a rectangular tablet with a tiny poot. You pick up the object. It smells of fruit and makes your skin tingle. You look back at the creature. Myrrh! Apparently you're supposed to eat it. Do it again. Myrrh, blarf. It spits out a second tablet with a poot. Gazes up at you at round-eyed, roiling horror and dies in your hand. The creature's fur falls away in a shower of tiny hairs, and Its flesh puckers and dries, tearing like old paper. The large eyes burst with an oddly satisfying double pop. It seems you'll be getting no more tablets from this device. Disgusting. Dismantle it and look for valuables inside. You pry at the side of the device, slipping your fingernails along the fleshy seams beneath the now useless hands, and tugging at them as carefully as you can. Without warning, the device cracks apart with a spray of pink fluid and tiny organs. Sorting through the gore, you find a tiny blinking nodule. Perhaps this is what was keeping the creature alive all this time. Weird. Very weird. Whose inventory is that in? Oh, it's a cipher. Ooh, permanently increases intellect. Hello. Yeah, we're gonna do that immediately.
I can breathe again.
Permanent int. 20 int. 21 int. Very nice. Love to see it. Alright, save. Well, that was worth. What was the other thing we got? Oh, it was this. Yeah, that's also good. Still have the bloom juice? Yeah. Wait, Coty? Was that the indentured servant we let inside here?
All right.
Well, that's the thing that people fall into.
Sure.
Seal one.
All right.
From a bloated sphincter in the wall, a vile mix spews into the room, flowing down to the pool. Place the sphincter with the white... What? Plug it? Why would we plug it? That seems like a terrible idea. Especially with the very valuable cipher we found. Tie the tube into a knot. Yeah, I don't know why we'd be doing any of that.
Yes.
Why do we want this to stop flowing? Despair lines the face of this ghostly figure. His aquiline features are clean and strong. His head shaven. His eyes' empty sockets are bleeding, but they turn to you. Hello, I'm glad you're here. Kill me, please. What happened to your eyes? I don't know. I came here too long ago, and memories are the first thing the gullet takes. Then hope, then the senses. All I know is that I've been here a long time. Why are you standing here? Listening. It sounds like a heartbeat, doesn't it? It sounds like peace. You ever think that standing near this thing is what's making you want to die? Perhaps. Or perhaps it's the fact that I'm trapped here and I'll never ever escape until I'm dead. But have no fear, I'm not giving myself to whatever is down there. I've seen what happens to those who throw themselves into those waters. They're torn apart, but they don't die. They live on as part of the bloom. We hear them weeping sometimes, or screaming. So, why do you want me to kill you? Why do I want you to kill me? Are you completely blind? Look around you. Look at this place. You think I want to dissolve here? The bloom is eating me, digesting me. And I'm stuck in its gut. What life is left for me? What happens if I kill you? Then I die. I disappear. The bloom gets no more of my essence. Whatever afterlife may await us is my reward. If you don't, I'll be here, fighting despair, listening to the weeping of the others, and trading hopeless words until I fade away. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't, though. Really. My life is over, stranger. The bloom is digesting me and I can't escape. Nothing I do here will matter. So tell me, why shouldn't I throw my life away? What value does it have down here? Yeah, well, just fight your way out. Have you seen the others? Most of them are wild beasts. The rest are losing their minds. No, there's no hope for us. Only the horror you see before you. Yeah, well, good luck with that, bud. Cody stands at the edge of the swirling pool, looking into its turgid depths. The smell does not seem to bother him. It is as if he's entranced, or perhaps not fully there. He doesn't appear to notice you. What are you looking at, Cody? She's in there. She's drowning. You have to save her. You have to save her. She can't swim. Save her, please. No. I don't do that. Let go of me. Critical sick. Nice. You break free of his grasp and back away before he can grab you again. Save her. She's in the pool. I'm trying to see what he's looking at. You think you see a childlike silhouette under the murky waters, but you're not entirely sure. If your eyes deceive you. You lean closer. A fish-pale hand bursts from the water and grasps your ankle. Alright, well, we can try pulling her. After a few treacherous moments, you get a secure grasp on her slippery arm, and you pull her from the pool. She lies grasping on the ground, and she looks up at you. Her face is remarkably similar to Cody's, but younger. She smiles gently, gratefully, and then fades from sight. Cody steadies you, ushering you away from the pool's edge. He meets your eyes, the frantic anguish and fear gone, and he embraces you warmly. And then he too fades away, but you can feel his warmth within you. I gain the confident fettle until we sleep again. +2 on everything. That's really good. Let's not nap for a while then, shall we?
All right.
There's still people fighting down here? Looks like we're gonna have another battle. This one is not like us. He's not eaten by the great devourer. He's here for our pleasure. Okay. Well, again, good luck with that. Wait, why do we have a counterattack? Is this a counterattack from the last battle we were in? I'm actually so confused. I mean, I'll take it. What the heck?
Of course.
Go here and just counterattack everybody. Boom, run away. And hide. You've been spotted. That's fine. I mean, maybe you hide as well? Can we just chill? Like, this is easily the best strategy. Stand here, counterattack, they never hit you, and you just get to kill them all. I don't even know if this is our best weapon, but that's fine. I think it was good for some reason or another that I can't recall. Hide again. Aha! We are hidden. Yeah, this is like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire music. I don't know what it is. So good. Yo, Stop hooking me, though. I need to be standing in that place.
I feel
Oh!
terrible.
He crit me. What the heck?
I'm going.
Let's go back here. Oh no, I don't have counterattack on. Well, that's annoying. It's been spotted.
Yes!
You gonna take your turn or counterattack?
Yes!
You missed. You must be so embarrassed.
Yes!
Perfect.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right.
This isn't Anine.
All right.
This dead woman bears numerous stab wounds and probably inflicted by the predatory echoes that seem to infest the gullet. Judging by the scrawled maps and notes that are stuffed amongst her things, she may have been an explorer or a bloom guide. It looks as though her belts and pouches are mostly intact. Obedient rope. Kneel down to the next corpse. You'd lean down next to the corpse and let your trained eyes rove across your body. Here, a pouch seems to bulge, and your hand dips in and returns with a handful of shins. There, a pocket lies flat, and you ignore it. You realize that the guide's belt is no such thing. It's a length of synth rope, about 15 meters long, and as you touch it, it uncoils from her waist, almost as if responding to your need. It coils itself toward you, and you place it among your possessions. That seems good.
Yes.
Well, let us climb down the sphincter
Fine.
without being digested. Hold on. We gotta have you. You're gonna be the carrier of all the junk. You have so much junk. Did we do this yet? Listen to the device? Well, maybe we didn't do this. Mighty warlords, yet so small. Shall you understand me? Your help, not free. Wisdom to bestow like so. Try to figure out the cube's instructions. You can figure out most of the instructions, and once the intelligent points them out, the connectors and activation methods seem obvious, but a few steps are explained in an obscure manner. Go back to forward. Revolve the crux. Go forward to back. Only now, final. This is a puzzle that I don't really care to do. Okay. It's literally a puzzle box. Okay, carry that. This seems useful. We'll be keeping this. This is a usable thing, I guess. This curious object consists of a pair of heavy linked rings made of a black stone-like substance. Locked together, they appear completely solid, roughly the size of a clenched fist. The rings are large enough to fit around a human wrist. They're, shackles, right? Rather, two representations of the same ring. Putting your ear to them, you hear a slight hum of trans-dimensional power. You feel like they could be useful somehow, though it's not immediately apparent what use that might be. Let me see those. That's what I thought. Look, you wear it like this. When you squeeze the band, you trade places with the person wearing its mate. It's useful, but... Swap position to Cypher. Swap position with target ally. Completely refill the health of... Whoa, that's really good. That was really good. I once worked with a pair of thieves who used something like this. Problem was, the younger of the two was so impressed by the pedigree of his partner that she didn't take the ring off between jobs. Came a time that the older one soloed a vault, got caught holding loot, and he swapped out. Made a bag of shins for himself and quit the city, while she met the Devourer. Good luck with them. Good luck with them. Okay. Give it to you. You're carrying too much. What the heck? Where did you get all this other stuff from? I mean, this is good. Can you even carry these? You can. Have we used this yet? Was this the Mirrorcaster we already used? Let's save. We used this already. I don't want to do it right now.
I'll handle it.
Otherwise, I'm afraid we're going to forget what the heck we're doing. Okay, so I guess we use the rope to go down. But I want to continue looking. Artaglio, who also went into the mall because of us.
All right.
Uh-oh. What is that? A washed out, somewhat unsubstantial Artaglio bulls towards you. The boozy cheer has vanished from his red and blotchy face. Now he's a study in fury. Though he seems ghostly, hardly a physical threat, he radiates a near palpable heat. You bastard. You utter conniving bastard. You tricked me into letting the bloom devour me, and now I get to watch it siphon away the parts of me that were best? I should have known better than to trust a cast-off. Make this right. Go on, do it. I had no choice. No choice? You had plenty of choice. You didn't have to open the maw. You did. You did, and you fed me to it. Just like a cast-off. Just like all your accursed kin. You know what? You did this. You didn't have to. You chose to. He backs off in the face of your vehemence, holding his hands up. That I did, cast-off. That I did. It was my mistake and my dishonor. I can eat you. Got any rum in there? I'm sure it's better than dying here. Do what you need to do. Oh, title if we don't want to use that. No, you're good. We're good here. Uh-huh. Never see him again. Okay, well. Ripperonis. Yeah, we don't want to use those tidal surges, right? Or was that not a tidal surge and I misread that? Or whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
Fine. All right.
This massive, pustulant wall of flesh looks nothing like so much as a herniated mass pushing out through the weakened walls of the bloom. You can't identify the function of the organ that has pushed through the skin here, but you do see a small crevice inside. Closer examination reveals a space inside, a hidden space, large enough for you to rest in without being bothered. Okay, this is where we can sleep in the fleshy mass if we need to sleep.
Let's go.
At first, you're not sure what you're looking at. It seems to be an enormous suit of metal armor, or perhaps some sort of exploration suit. It's large, at least twice the size of an ordinary human, and its limbs and joints are completely foreign to you. Even if you could somehow find a way inside, you'd have to contort yourself in ways the human body was never meant to bend. It has a visor or a faceplate at the top. Okay, let's look at the suit. The strange metal of the suit looks as if it could survive the cold of the interstellar void or the depths of an impossibly deep sea. When you push on it, it gives just a little bit, and expands by the same amount. The bloom flesh around the suit is puffy and irritated, almost infected. It seems that the bloom is trying to absorb the suit into itself without much success. There are a number of tools and strange devices attached to the suit's right hand. You might be able to extract one or two if you're careful. Look inside the faceplate. Some visitant lived inside this suit. A creature with multiple eyes scattered across its face, based on the skeletal remains you can see inside. At least you assume they're eye sockets. They might have been some other alien orifice. Oddly, the creature has no visible mouth or jaw. Alright, salvage. Most of the attachments are broken or corroded, but through some careful maneuvering, you're able to detach something that looks like a spray canister. A test squirt produces a glob of quick-drying liquid synth, a highly effective sealant. Once you detach the device, you notice that there's more machinery deeper inside the suit's arm. Spray-on shoes. Permanently close a sphincter. Examine for more. You reach into the arm and your fingers graze a small metal orb. You carefully pry it loose and withdraw it from the arm. Looks like you found a reservoir of the sealant material used in the spray device. Nice. Rig it to burst and permanently cover and seal a hole. So... what? Excuse me? Permanently close a medium hole. Burst open and permanently cover and seal a hole. What's the difference between... okay, well, whatever.
Fine.
One seals, one blasts, and then seals, I guess. Hi. This wiry young man wears drit-stained, ragged clothes and carries a wicked, jagged knife. Wet blood still stains its blade, though you see no evidence of bodies or victims. He sees you, and his mouth works in an instinctive but passionless snarl. As his gaze shifts away, he sighs deeply. His voice is flat, effectless. I am the life-taker Dakor. You're in my territory. The gullet is your territory? I've marked it out. I've walked its paces. I know its contractions and its convulsions. Yes, mine, all mine. You're a life-taker? What does it mean? I kill people. I protect my territory. They feared me. The places where I walked, where I've marked, they feared me. Never heard of him. Whether that means he's one or okay. How'd you get here? I came to the bloom to kill an old friend. I followed him deep into the vast and winding ways of this fell beast. He led me through a narrow vein, and then a maw took him, bit down, chewed and chewed. And this is how Drakor dies. Not at the hands of a mob or on the end of a levy's blade, no, in the gullet of the bloom, the biggest predator of them all. You threatening me? I mean, yes, I could threaten you. More than that, I could push you to the ground and chop you apart like all the others. Tears in his eyes. It wouldn't matter, wouldn't it? Not anymore. Alright, whatever, buddy. I don't really need to fight you. Talk to the thing. Channel the pain back? No. Eat me. The pain grows sharper still, like a hot knife behind your eyes. A memory bursts into your conscious mind. You're in the heart of Tabat territory now. The ceiling of their underground city is so high that you can barely see its curves. But the flickering illumination on the carvings there make a ghastly show. Demonic figures disport among the bodies of fallen enemies. Atrocities shouted down from the heavens. But this is not what you're here for. You're here for the Underspine, their god and slave. A massive machine intelligence that guides them through their rituals. You're hovering near the great bulk of the machine, placing your detonations around the torus of its center. You think your stealth has been exemplary, but a pinhole spotlight centers on you. and a focused beam of sound strikes your ears. The processing and memory retention cells are higher. You wish to destroy me utterly, place your explosives there. Thank you. Memory ends and the bloom tongues sag drunkenly against each other. Okay, take control. Focus on the source of the whispers. The whispers arise from a corner of the room, and you realize that the roots of this cluster all grow toward that point. It is a maw, you realize, another maw that has hidden itself from mortal sight. Indeed, by cutting off this chamber from the rest of the bloom, it has even managed to hide itself from other maws and tongues. This chamber is a blind spot, a locus of independent consciousness. It is, in a sense, a separate being, a child of the bloom. What else is happening in the room? The tongue's roots form a tight web throughout the chamber, and their senses within its boundaries are unusually sharp. You can feel raw, burning pain where bloom flesh chafes against an ancient metal suit. Something about the material irritates the flesh. In time, it might be encysted, but until then, the tongues will endure the pain. You can also sense the presence of Dakor. Yeah, he's barely perceptible. Yeah. Force the maw to reveal itself. You whisper to the maw, and your voice travels through the tongues and along their roots, joining the whispers of the maw, bending it to our will. After a few moments, the maw responds. Commune with it. You can sense the mind of the maw, old and patient and strong. Lines of psychic energy emanate from it to the touch of every corner of the room. Its whispers have a cruel and dismal edge. You sense long millennia in the dark, feeding upon the half-digested leavings of other maws. Okay. What do you want? The flesh of this maw is dark and scabrous. It keeps itself tightly shut like the puckered mouth of an ancient crone. You can hear its voices, and they're unusually sharp, almost painful to hear. Before we let's observe it first. They don't seem interested in anything. Listen to the voices. Despair. Why did the option to use the thing go away? Really? Use it to find out what it wants. They hiss in your ears with the resentment born of centuries or perhaps millennia. Despair is what it wants. Okay. So it wants this guy over here. Or maybe that guy? I mean, this guy wants it all to end, so I'm guessing it's you. Let's heal ourselves.
Yes.
Did it do it?
Yes.
Shit is so buggy. The game is broke. I can't. Oh, there it goes. It just took 30 seconds. I splurged on enchiladas for lunch, and man, did they hit the spot. Sounds nice. I remember the last time I had some enchiladas. Hey, buddy. Please end my suffering. You don't want me to kill you anymore. I found a ball that will destroy you completely. Lucky us. I could have someone else kill you. Completely. Yes, I would like that. A moment of pain, then some simple oblivion. I'll do that, but I don't want to be alone when it happens. Meet me in the mall.
Sure.
Siwan is fainter than he was before. His eyeless expression is hard to read. There is a resignation in it, a piece of measure and confusion. Not the maw before him, but it's some mental puzzle. Thank you for coming, he says without looking your way. I didn't think I could wait much longer. The tongue slips eagerly into his spectral body, pulsing, drinking. He flinches, looking past you, through you, and a smile, wide and joyous, splits his face. I can see them, hear them. Are you still there? Are you with me? Yeah, I'm here. Good. This doesn't feel bad. I'm breaking apart. I feel it. But I'm remembering things I thought I'd lost, things the despair was hiding. I died the moment I came here, but I was loved. I remember that. They must have grieved. Even while I was standing here, eyeless and despairing, they were singing the songs for me in the village, hand in hand, singing the songs. I'm glad you feel better. He doesn't respond to your words. In fact, he doesn't speak again. He takes a deep, steady breath and gives himself fully to the maw, disintegrating along the lengths of the probing tongues. Fed by Siwen's despair, the maw opens. Nice. I feel like we're supposed to do something with the sphincter, but I don't really want to go down the sphincter, because that seems like a bad idea. I mean, it clearly is something we can interact with.
I'll handle it.
And we have some special spray that seals things up. That also seems like a bad idea. Smell it, drink it, walk away. Smell it. It's got vomit. And lightning? Touch it. It burns. I mean, it's literally just, it's butt fluid. It's literally acid in your stomach. This is how things get digested. All right, well, I don't think we need to be here anymore. Let's just go.
Go.
That's what I just said. Go. Right now, where the hell are we? Corpuscular Maw.
Go.
Massive rib bone with most of the flesh eaten away.
All right.
That's odd. Oh, is that the heart? Crisis initiated. I didn't think we'd be fighting. Please don't kill my little buddy. Yeah, you can fight, you can hit him, although I don't know how you hit him. He's got like an 85% or something insane. Yeah, 80% evasion. All right, I want you to go here and do this. I want you to walk away and hide. We don't need to try hiding. I just need you to walk away. All right, you've been spotted. That's fine. All right, we get a free counterattack.
I'm barely hurting it.
Yeah, it's fine. What was that? Nova. What the heck? What the? You hit the 80%. That's annoying. Stab you, and when I stab, you teleported me. Interesting. We had that happen once before. You crit me? Are you? What the heck is going on? Yeah, I remember we fought these things before. I remember now.
I'm barely hurting it.
I mean, you say that, but you literally hurt it quite a lot. This is so broken. We just get to counterattack every one of them for free, and they only have a 20% chance to hit us. Alright, so once again, I just walk into all of them, and I say counterattack. And you... go over here, and try hiding again. Or try hiding again. We don't need to spend any points. It's okay if we get spotted. You actually succeeded. What the heck? What is this? They're getting the 20% chance on me. That's not supposed to happen. How are they getting... How are they hitting me? That's kind of annoying. Kill this one.
As if there were any my skill.
There we go.
I warned you.
Rit. What the hell? I'm so confused. Literally 80% evasion.
Go.
We stand here, we counterattack. End your turn. We are immune to being flanked. He's still hated me.
I'm barely hurting it.
Okay, we've been teleported. Deep sadness, enchilada leftovers are gone. That is disappointing. Let's stab you. And then it teleported us, right? Counterattack.
I'm barely hurting it.
Stop saying that. That's so annoying. Oh, don't attack her. Yeah, go for him. Immune to being flanked, idiot. I'm barely hurting it.
All right.
I'm barely hurting it.
Barely hurting it.
No, don't go after her. Leave her alone. Just for that, we have to kill you.
They call me the one for a reason.
We want you to walk away so that he is the target you all go after. I'm barely hurting it.
I'm barely hurting it.
What the hell? How are these guys hitting me? What? How?
I'll handle it.
I'm barely hurting it.
I'm barely hurting it.
I mean, it's gonna die. It's got 1 health. I'd say you're more than barely hurting it. All right, we're done countering.
I'm barely hurting it.
We both have 1 health. You are so annoying.
As if there were any doubt of my skill.
There is no doubt of your skill. No, leave her alone. I'm barely hurting it though.
I'm barely hurting it.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is the skeleton of this thing, huh? This is so weird. So is this the skeleton of the original bloom creature, or has the bloom consumed another creature? What is going on here?
I'm going.
Whatever this creature was, its stomach was enormous. The organ pulsates, distended with gas, and something else rumbles in its depths as if trapped. Foul acidic juices ooze from torn holes into the viscera. It hisses and steams when it drips onto bloom flesh. Take a listen. Something inside the creature's guts is thrashing about. This is not the sound of decay, it's the sound of desperation. Reach into the innards and try to release whatever is inside. You got skills in this. You reach into the hole in the viscera, shoving your arms through rotting intestines, gritting your teeth against the burning pain of the acids and bile within. Finally, you feel dim movement, and you thrust your arms even deeper into the stomach, immersing yourself to the shoulder. A questing tendril touches your hand. Instinctively, you try to withdraw, but the tendril wraps tight around your wrist. Its touch is unmistakable. The thing that was trapped in the stomach is a maw. More tendrils grab onto your hand, pulling their way toward freedom. Bloom tongues rip through decaying intestines, spraying stomach juices in every direction. Then the great mouth appears, bursting through the dead flesh. Its tendrils sink into the viscera, anchoring itself in place. You realize that the maw must have been feeding on something in the creature's stomach, because it's already sated. Its orifices open wide, and a portal appears to a forgotten niche, or niche, if you will. Okay, so this is probably side content, and clicking on this is the main thing, right? This has got to be treasure. Surely this is treasure. It's treasure. Nice.
All right.
Liquid armor. Doesn't give any buffs, but it does provide lots of armor. 4 and 6 is better. This is giving us +1 to intelligence, but we have 20 intelligence now. I think we're good on that. I think we'd rather have this now. I think it's time to move on. It's time to move on from that. Okay.
Ready.
Some sick shades. Hell yeah. And a glove. Okay.
Ciphers are
I have too many ciphers now. We don't really care if you have. We do. Too many ciphers. That's fine.
Yes. Ah, much better.
Okay, what's the skeleton? This little niche hardly seems worthy of its own maw. It's an ancient place of cracked, hardened flesh. The pocket contains a single human skeleton, its legs partially consumed by the bloom's wall. The bones have a metallic sheen, and a faint dusting of silver scales surrounds them. They look similar to fish or lizard scales. You recognize the bone structure as that of a human female, though this woman was unusually tall, robust, and probably very strong. The bones suffered numerous fractures, but they were repaired by a silvery substance that fused them back together, stronger than before. It looked as though the silvery substance emerged from inside the skeleton, and it gradually replaced much of the original bone. You lift the skeleton a bit. It's far heavier than you anticipated. It feels like you're lifting a metal rather than bone. I wonder why. Underneath is a hammer of intricate design. The head glows dimly, and a golden chain dangles from its handle. Take the hammer. As you lift the hammer, you feel a presence touch your mind, a clarion call of fame and power. The hammer's head seems to glow a little bit more brightly, and it crackles with electricity. A heavy weapon. We don't use heavy weapons here. No, no, no. No, we don't. I mean, it's pretty sick. Okay.
Of course.
We got a sick hammer.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess we touched the brain of the thing.
I'm going.
The head of this creature was truly massive, though the flesh has been eaten away, probably by the same corpuscular maws that attacked you. Parts of the skull are missing, revealing a huge glistening brain. An organic sheath still encases the brain. It looks as if the brain's cranial juices have protected it from serious decomposition. The brain's sheath hasn't decayed, though a strange and pungent smell emanates from it. Perhaps that's why the corpuscular Maws left the brain alone. Its tissues don't seem to be badly damaged. The creature is thoroughly dead, there's no doubt about that, but the preservation of the brain means that some of its memories could still be intact. The power infusion of tidal energy might bring the brain back to life for a while. Yeah, we don't do these tidal surges. I think that's a bad thing to do. Okay, was that it?
Go.
I thought for sure we were going to the heart. But that's all that's here. So there's gotta be another way to the heart. I'm guessing it's the sphincter. The sphincter takes you to the heart. I mean, that makes sense. That's the only other things to interact with, right?
All right.
You can cut the tubes off. Maybe we have to like dry it out first. I don't know why this is something to interact with when it's just a... Oh. Use the sealant to block the fluid. Why would we use the bomb if we have the... I don't understand. The liquid in the pool is now noticeably lower. Okay. And then what?
Let's go.
And then we can tie the tubes. Use the obedient rope to tie off the tube. Okay. Sure. If you manage to block all the liquid, it looks like the remaining rope will be long enough for you to descend. Okay, so we need to do one of these at a time. So we got to cut off the last one. Well, this is annoying. We have to use up the sick egg that we have. Or the bomb. Yeah, let's use the bomb. Shove the orb and, yeah. Perfect.
Of course.
Okay. Now we know how to get down. Now that you've entirely blocked the liquid that drained into the pool, you've revealed a human-sized hole at the bottom. Convenient. A drumbeat like a colossal heart sounds from below, echoing through the gullet. What if it's just the sphincter? That's also got blood in it. The obedient rope that you tied, yeah, let's go. You grasp the rope and you can feel its texture adjusting itself to your hands. Soft but firm, with fibers that grip your flesh. Your descent is quick, safe, and painless, but you have to let go of the rope to drop the last meter. And that's fine, you can reach up a meter. Can you not? Nope, apparently not. What the hell is going on here? Is that the guy we let loose? Tongue cluster. Is that a brain or a heart? There's 2 tongue clusters. A bunch of doorways I'm guessing we can open. In case we want to avoid this fight, I guess? I don't understand what's going to be happening.
Ready.
Okay, well, here we are. Navigate the valve doors to discover the entrance. Why do we have to do this? Why can't we just kill these guys? Do we have to do this? Why do we have to do this in turn-based mode? Unless new ones of these appear, this won't be that difficult. But maybe I'm wrong. Alright, let's talk to this guy. You recognize this weird angular beast as an abacos. It's probably the same one released from the cyst. Yeah. It seems to be hunting the scuttling maws. They eat transdimensionals. It's probably trying to devour the rifts inside the maws. Okay. Rend the sacks. It'll probably draw the bloom's attention. No. Okay, so they're gonna open and close, I guess. They're gonna open and close. So we need 4 tongue clusters. We're gonna need the last cast-off to be the one to talk, because he's got the thing. So the rest of you guys kind of just chill, I guess? I don't know. I don't want more of these things to appear. Oh, it's gonna do annoying things. I see. It hit me. What the heck? Okay, let's just ignore what's going on here. Talk to the tongues. Allow it to devour one of my memories. It requires an action, which we don't have. Okay. We take damage anyway. Neat. Very cool.
Done.
We're just gonna chill here. We don't really care if this guy dies, right? Okay. Let's use our action. Take control of the chunks and force them to open the nearest door. Which is this one? We should have brought all of them with...
Yes.
I don't know if they're... I don't know how that works. Should we have brought everyone along? Can we use these guys to feed on a memory? Oh, this isn't going to work because you don't have any intelligence. Are we still going to take damage? Yeah, okay, that's an oversight, I feel like. You still take damage just for interacting with it. We're not going to have enough points. All right, I'm going to need you to... We just need to... We need to all be together.
I'm there, in the shadows.
Fortunately, we are being hobbled. This guy is making for a good distraction, but he's about to die. Okay, do the thing. Allow it to feed on my memories. Let's guarantee that we succeed.
Let's go.
Use the remaining 2 tongue clusters to exert control. Try to prise the muscles. Try to relax the muscles that hold the sphincter closed. Try to pinch one off. Two remaining tongue. I mean, there's more than 2 remaining. It's kind of confusing. Fortunately, yeah, is hobbled. Really hope they don't go for him.
One moment, and it's done.
What the heck? What's going on? Oh, it summoned another one. Well, that's not good. Oh, you're making your way in. Weird. You're opening doors to fight us? But you can close the door behind you. Why didn't you close that door? So if we hadn't let this guy out of the cyst, we would have to be fighting these guys while doing this, which would, of course, be annoying. All right, do the thing. Try to prise the muscles apart. Try to relax the muscles. Try to pinch one of the tubes off. We are better at either one of these. Relax the muscles, bro. Just let it flow. From your sire's memories of anatomy, you know that physiological structures like this generally do not have antagonistic muscles to oppose their movement. Thus, it will remain in a state of tonic contraction until you find a way to relax its hold. You get to work massaging the muscles. We're literally massaging a butthole, and you see some of the tension ease from them. The contraction slackens. Unfortunately, it's not enough. You'll have to further weaken the sphincter before it will open. Okay, do we have to do this multiple times, or what? I just need you to keep running, buddy.
And it's done.
Cut it open? No. Try to pinch one of the tubes that feeds it. Try to prise them apart. Only a 60% chance. And of course we failed. Of course we failed. A transdimensional rift tears open and several humans tumble out. The great ink pot, it's a cultist. The great devourer has called us to the heart. A trespasser and defiler is tormenting our god. Let us punish him, brothers. Great. So do we have to use the tongues? I really don't want to do this encounter all over again. That guy's dead. Try again. You force your arms inside, massaging and pulling. Oh god, the muscles distend as you tug and push. At last, the fibers begin to give way. Fortunately, it's not enough. You have to further weaken the sphincter before it'll open. So we need one more, or we have to tear it open. We are hobbled. Very annoying. Smash it. Although smashing is might, and we have none of that. Oh yeah, there are only 2 remaining. Lost to feed on a memory, but we ran out of actions. Cool. So we just wasted 3 damage and our entire action. Got it. I mean, we're gonna have to use might, but you only have 2 might left. These turns take way too long. This is part of the reason turn-based games in general should have like a speed up functionality, because my goodness.
Let's go.
Smash it. 50% chance. That's very annoying. we just send it? I think we might. Oh no, we've got a thing. Let's just heal our might pool up. Could try smashing it, right? 100% chance. You stand atop one of the veins, pinching it tightly. The walls of the tube flex and strain, and you press down harder, just as another surge forces more bloom juice through it. The elastic skin of the tube tears, and yellowish fluid sprays out. You feel the sphincter's muscles surrendering, and you have enough time to step aside. With a spray of lymph and other less savory fluids, they give way. Bloom voices hiss and chitter in rage. The path to the Bloom's heart lies open. Can we leave now? No, we still have to run away.
You're right where I want you.
And they can't follow us for whatever reason. You know, for reasons. Should probably heal.
I can breathe again. Forward.
Level up. Want to increase any of these skills? More stats. What's this on? 85% evasion. Save. Ahead, you see a mass of balloon tongues, bigger than any you've encountered thus far. You wave gently, as if they wave gently, as if beckoning you forward. Your companions hesitate, looking to you. Any advice, Matkina? This thing has destroyed the lives of more people than you've ever met. It's a predator. Whatever you do, stay in control, resist it. Show it you are strong, otherwise it will swallow you whole. What's wrong? As soon as you ask the question, you already know the answer. It's afraid. Oh. Matkina, let's go. Are you insane? Perhaps you are. I will not. Boom is a terror. I can't do this alone. We'll be okay. I failed an 85% chance. Okay. I want to ignore anything that's going to happen here. I want to bring them with. So I'm not reading any of this. I'm just gonna not read any of this. I'm just not gonna read any of this. I'm not gonna read any of this. I'm not gonna read any of this. I'm not reading any of this. Okay, we'll just crash it, but it's fine. Seems like I really want to bring my companions along with me. If no reason other than they might help. I don't like that you can't even open the menu while dialogue is happening. That seems like bad design. Before we do anything else, let's get you some might back. Just in case you need it.
Yes.
Alright, let's save again.
Fine.
Can only bring one friend. I don't believe that, but you've done good for me, fine. Try not to get us both killed. Alright, The creature's eyes collapse on themselves like closing fists until the light within them is all but extinguished. It murmurs obediently. Alright, let's do this. This isn't going to be like the end of the game, right? Because surely we haven't even talked to the first. Before you looms a twisted mass of tubes, arteries, roots, and tongues, heaving and pulsing in the murky light. The flesh glimmers with foul shades of purple and black, pocked with pustules and necrosis. Bloom whispers gather, swarming over you like flies, buzzing and chittering and hissing. Millions of them. All the voices that comprise the Bloom's mind are converging in this one place. As you step closer, Bloom tongues surround you, drawing you into a wet, nauseating embrace. Though they seem solid and corporeal, they somehow pass through your flesh, thrusting into your head, your limbs, and your guts, igniting prickly, hot-cold sensations all over your body. A multitude of Bloom voices hiss and babble with rage. You cannot understand their words, but their meaning is clear. You don't belong here. The voices invade your mind, sweeping aside your thoughts, establishing themselves within it. Your companions groan beside you, trapped in the same embrace. I'm not here to fight you. I'm looking for a man called Ishin, and I think you have him. The voices don't seem to understand, or if they do, they ignore your words. More and more of them pour into your mind. Chittering and whispering, you can feel them overwhelming your conscious, even your sense of self. You're wasting your time. The Bloom doesn't speak, it only thinks and feels and hungers. Try to form an image of Ishin in your mind. You focus on the goal that brought you here, the abducted scholar Ishin. Even as you think of him, an image begins to form in your head. A bald head, a beard, strange markings on the body, as if you somehow know this man, or perhaps your sire did. The Bloom's voices go quiet, pausing in their unrelenting assault upon your mind. They know Ishin too, and now they also know why you're here. Your respite is all too brief. A few blessed seconds of silence, and then the wild cacophony returns, and the assault upon your mind continues. Resist. You grip the magmatic amulet and close your eyes, focusing your whole consciousness on a single thought. Get out. Your thought is magnified by the amulet, cutting through the cacophony of Bloom voices. You think the words again. Get out. This time your inner voice drowns out theirs. They chitter and buzz in confusion, their onslaught broken. Now you command them. Get out now. At once the voice turns to hisses of frustration and shrieks of rage, and they flee from your mind. The voices become more distant. They whisper and buzz to each other, barely audible, like a vast conclave that is blocked or locked away behind a heavy door. You find that you can move again, albeit slowly and awkwardly, constrained by the wriggling tongues that have merged with your flesh. Infiltrate its mind. Slowly, carefully, you extend your thoughts into the tubes and conduits of the heart, gently testing your ability to contract a muscle here or widen an artery there. You can hear the Bloom voices all around you, but they don't seem alarmed. Either they don't sense you at all, or they don't perceive your intrusion as a threat. As you explore the limits of your new perceptions, you begin to understand the heart's composition. The fleshy nodules that serve as sensory organs, the tubes and arteries to feed the intelligence that dwells here, the roots of innumerable whispering minds that descend to this spot from every corner of the Bloom, tangling together to join their voices into a mad, chaotic union. Examine the memories. I'm afraid to fail one of these. Use up the rest of your points. Floating unnoticed among the Bloom's innumerable voices, you allow yourself to drift deeper into its mind. As the voices whisper amongst themselves, you begin to see brief images, to hear sounds, and feel hunger or satiation. These are its memories of the past. Screams echo in your ears as men and women are pulled into Maws, their thoughts and personalities devoured, or simply altered, scrambled, changed into monstrous forms. You see limbs torn from bodies by eager Bloom tongues, eyes plucked out so that tendrils can slide gently into their sockets to reach the brains. For a moment you see Griseller, the Bloom guide, trapped in the embrace of a Maw, and you can taste the raw flesh of his legs as the Maw tears them off and devours them. You know in that moment that the Bloom will eat of him again and again, reveling in the taste of his undying faith that will provide for him, a faith that is so ill-founded. And everywhere, you see and hear the Memovira, flashes of her early days, gathering followers to overthrow the old Memovira while publicly pledging her loyalty to him, rebellion against him as he slaughtered his people and dragged him down to the heart, binding him so that the tongues could feed upon him slowly. and all the years of her ruthless rule. In all that time, she's never changed. Her face is the same now as it was when the bloom first saw her. Deeper. All around you, whispers and chitters yield to more alien noises, clicks and gurgles and dissonant tones. The memories change with them. Monsters stalk the corridors of the bloom, gelatinous hulks with flickering letters and numbers writhing beneath their skin, multi-limbed machines with legs that skitter through 100 dimensions at once, godlings formed from city-killing detonations, with voices of fire and smoke and screams. Flashing before your eyes are all the worlds the bloom has seen, in their hundreds of thousands. You can sense the city creature crawling across time and dimensions since the universe was young, perhaps longer. Its voices changing, its flesh adapting, its senses changing. Your mind begins to hurt, barely able to comprehend the sensory impressions that are contained within the most distant memories. Fighting the urge to scream, you disengage at last, allowing yourself to drift slowly back to the surface of the bloom's mind. And yet, even with that brief exposure, your senses have broadened and you're better able to comprehend the impossible. Not even your sire dared to gaze so deep into mind. +2 permanent. Int. Very nice. Control the arteries. Search for the scholar. Really? We retry or no? Resist, try to main here. We try again. Your will is stronger. When the voices go quiet and a scene begins to play out in your mind's eye, a memory stolen by the bloom from someone else. The perspective is if it was a woman's and you speak to a man. Okay. Meal a vest. Not even your handiwork is proof against time. No, Marilel, I have no way of fixing you, but you need not live in shame. He reaches into a pouch and the woman knows that he means to give her something. His gifts are always wondrous, but if you accept them, you're never the same again. The changing god hands her a mask. This is the first, right? Because she always had a mask? I don't know if we know her name. A pretty thing. I can just as well wrap my face in bandages or cover my head with a sack. Put it on. Of course, she realizes there is something more to this gift. She raised it to her face. Help the bloom find this memory. You delve into your hidden memories, seeking the moment the bloom has just showed you. To your surprise, the bloom voices are beside you, helping you focus, pushing aside similar memories that distract you. At last, the memory surfaces. It isn't exactly as the woman remembered. The details are different, like the color of her robe and the sky above, clear and blue in your sire's recollection. But now you recognize her for who she is, Marilel, the first cast-off. She holds the mask you gave her. Put it on. She places the mask over her face. At once it seems to melt with her flesh, and her face becomes that of a lovely young woman. Her eyes widen, knowing that something has changed, and you hold up a looking glass for her to see. She laughs aloud, a sound you haven't heard from her in years. You can change your face at will. Try it. Oh, is that why everyone thought she was dead? Marilel nods, watching the looking glass carefully as her face morphs into that of an old woman, then a homely beggar lady, then a Vargellan and a dozen more. The last face you see is dark-haired, regal in bearing. It is the face of the Memovira. Accompanied by a distinct sense of hunger from the bloom, the memory fades. So the Memovira is the last... Wait, is that implying the Memovira is her? The last, or the first cast-off is the Memovira. You hear a sharp intake of breath from Metkina. Somehow the bloom was showing the memory to her too. Right under my nose, I had her right in front of me. The heart offers no explanation as to why it showed you this memory, but the implication is clear. The Memovira is merely a disguise, a mask that conceals the first cast-off. She's been alive, hiding behind a false identity for years. Why'd you show this to me? Instead, the air in the chamber ripples at once. A transdimensional rift tears itself into being, and a human figure topples out, dripping black juices, coughing and gagging. What? It's Mazov, the cast-off artificer you met in Zarian Daywalker's mirror. Your first thought is that the bloom has somehow tricked you, released the wrong man. But no, the bloom's voices are insistent. Ishin is Mazov. The first cast-off concealed the truth from you to avoid arousing your suspicion. For the moment, Mazov is recovering from his ordeal, barely aware of his surroundings. He hasn't even seen you yet. The bloom tongues slide painlessly out of your body, setting you free. They show no further interest in you, and the whispering voices are gone from your mind. What the heck? Ishan is Mazov. Memovira is the first cast-off. Mazov rises, clutching himself, and he abruptly vomits a clot of black fluid onto the glistening flesh beneath his feet. Small red wounds mar the flesh between the wires, crisscrossing his skin. Gods. You're the cast-off that was riding Zarian Daywalker. What the hell are you doing here? Saving you. Oh, the first sent you, not surprised. She won't be getting the resonance chamber working on her own. It's all too easy to destroy the damn thing if you don't know what you're doing. Something about the words said in his voice stirs a memory in you. Resonance chamber. The sensation builds. Gods, the bloom is a terrible host. Stuck in its damn tongues into my guts to force feed me. Filled my lungs with bile. Not sure what you did to get me out, but thank you. Well, how do we get out of here? She's waiting, you know how she is. I don't know, and I don't know, yeah. I'm just gonna admit, I don't know. His expression goes wooden. Shit. Look, don't tell her I said anything. I don't need anyone shouting at me right now, let alone her. This is the worst headache I've ever had. But a headache is uncoiling through your head now as well. Alarm spreads over his face, and he reaches out to catch you as you topple forward. You're underwater. The fading pulse of a sonar alarm ripples through the water, then is gone. An invisible pressure crushes your body, squeezing your head. A Jibra with a cast-off's tattoo rises from the dark to confront you. I should have known. You need something of ours to finish your resonance chamber, don't you, Father? You haven't learned anything. You would sacrifice all of us for a chance at survival. You and the first. Pride blinds you both. You're wrong, Thom, you snarl. Yet his words frighten you. He's saying Marilel's alive with her own plan to stop the sorrow? She must be stopped. Any plan of hers would be dangerous. I've built the resonance chamber to save us all, you say. It has the power to weaken the sorrow. I can kill the creature. A half-truth. The chamber certainly has the power, but who knows if it would be enough to kill. Will you apologize to me then, selfish child? Will you beg my forgiveness?
Updated my journal.
You lie. You always have. Although your motives differ, Marilel's plan and yours will result in the same end, the destruction of every last cast-off. I will not allow this to happen. Thom's voice grows muffled and fades as your mind flees his imprisoned body, abandon it to Jibra in favor of a new host. Light and wet heat bathes the side of your face as the bloom opens a trans-dimensional portal. You can't be sure where it leads, but it's certainly your only way out. Someone, Mazov, is bracing you, holding you. You alright? Mazov, what is the first plan with the chamber? To sever the... You know, maybe you should ask her. I don't know enough about what's going on here. Just know that it'll free us from the sorrow without sucking us all into someone else's mind. That should be enough. She can't do without me, though. I best be getting back. See, I don't like that either. I need to know. Patting you awkwardly on the shoulder, he limps past you into the portal and vanishes. Wow, not even waiting. It's only when he's gone that you see the glittering contours of a small object lying where Mazov was standing. A mirror caster. It must have fallen from his pockets. Well, we're obviously going to read this.
Making a note.
Maybe we are actually coming up to the end of the game right now. If we're about... I thought there'd be a whole nother thing after this where we meet the first. But it's Memovira is the first. So, I don't know how much of this is left. But, I don't know how much time we have either. I think we have to leave this. I don't want to get into like an hour plus ending here and then like be really not aware of what's happening if it goes for like 4 hours and then I actually have to end because I have no idea how long this is. I'd rather stop right now before we even read the Mirrorcaster, because the next time we play this will give me my brain a spark of what we were talking about, because it'll be on Thursday probably. So I think we'll stop here and we will pick things up back then.